Good evening, everyone, and thank you again for joining us for our 30th Anniversary Cara Gala, presented by Jim and Kay Mabie. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Maria Kim, and I have the honor to serve as President and CEO of Cara Collective. So tonight we're celebrating a milestone, right? A milestone of 30 years of this mission. This beautiful mission that began on the floorboards of one man's car and that today impacts hundreds of lives each year and the hundreds of families and communities and employers around them in the process. Families like Rasan's. Now, here's a guy who still calls me boss lady to this day, even though we all know who the real boss in the room truly is. He's a guy any organization would love to have on their team because he runs through walls, Mr. Kool-Aid style, just to get things done. And we know this to be true because we had the honor of working with him on our team for over 10 years. And to see him now doing his thing at Chicago Cred, channeling his inner coach, mastering his half side-eye, half love glance that only Rasan can do, it's not just awesome, it's inspiring. Rasan is living out our mission in spades every single day. He is unlocking the power and purpose within our communities and ourselves to achieve real and lasting success. But here's the thing about success. The greatest predictor of your long-term success is actually the zip code in which you reside. The zip code. Every community health indicator, from poverty to crime to unemployment, it's disproportionately higher in communities that have experienced historic disinvestment. This disinvestment doesn't just place people at different starting blocks as it relates to access to opportunity. It keeps them there over time. Our country has a lot of work to do to right these wrongs, to be sure. But you and I, in this moment, we have a chance right here, right now, to affect real change, one person at a time, to help unlock the skills and talents of our participants, all people experiencing poverty, so that they may feel maybe a little bit of what you feel right now. I imagine many of you in your living room, in the comfort of your home, experiencing a moment of community with your bubble, your family by blood or your family by choice, in a house that's outfitted just for you, a home that feels safe and secure, a home that you've paid for with a job that you've worked hard at, and that makes you feel good because it feels good to provide for yourself and your family and your community too. Some of you out there might be joining us because you know what it feels like to not have that solid ground underfoot, to maybe be knocked off your square, right? To have life throw you a curveball, and maybe in that moment you were blessed to have someone walk alongside you in that moment of need to help get you to the other side. Maybe that person is right next to you right now, holding your hand, squeezing it tight, toasting you with a glass. Wherever you are in that spectrum, I want you to know this. We are deep in the work of helping people experiencing poverty to feel the power of that solid ground underfoot, to unlock their talents and their skills, to help employers around them to recognize the talent they've been missing out on, and to feel the traction that you feel when people get their inner awesome, and when the world recognizes, damn, we stand on their broad shoulders. They have always been essential. And when we use terms like that at Cara, when we say always essential, we're referring to the talent deep in our participant community, deep in our communities around Chicago and across this country. Talent who, as we've seen over this past year, has braved the front lines of this pandemic, has stood there to help keep us as a society clean, fed, safe, and healthy. Now, at Cara, for 30 years, we've always known these individuals, these leaders, to always be essential. And we've worked to shift perspectives on employers so they may believe that too. And we promise you, when we're on the other side of this pandemic, the hustle will still be on, because we will work tirelessly to ensure that this talent is no longer unrecognized, no longer untapped, but is seen as the epic and the awesome that they truly are. We're inching towards this ourselves as we move towards our vision. Our vision is to fuel a courageous national movement to eradicate relational and financial poverty. You can help us shine a light on that vision tonight. You can help us open more doors to job seekers who are in search of their new opportunity, or open more doors to employers and organizations who are in search of deepened pathways towards greater inclusion. You can help us do that. So if you're still holding the hand of your friend or your family member or your bestie on that comfy couch, this is the time where I want you to let go, just for a second, and to grab your phone and to invest in this mission, to give this mission love tonight, to show the world, and especially our neighbors experiencing poverty, that we are Cara, the Gaelic word for friend, and that we know that we rise as a community, as a city, as a country, when we all rise together. Thank you so much for being with us tonight, for celebrating 30 years of this beautiful mission. We know that we truly could not do this work without you. Some special thank yous from me before I close us out, most especially to our presenting sponsors, Jim and Kay Mabie, thank you. To our job sponsors, BMO Harris, the Carroll family, Deloitte, the Cadence Family Foundation, Molson Coors, the Owens Family Foundation, Sidley, Sterling Bay, and the Walden family. To our official airlines of the Cara Gala, United Airlines. To City Winery, thank you for curating a beautiful VIP experience for our guests. To our distinguished alumni, thank you for emceeing tonight, and most especially for sharing the power of your stories. And to our volunteers who face our participants, our board of directors, our executive council, our associate board, our ambassadors, past and present. Thank you for walking with us every single day of this mission for the past 30 years. And finally, to our staff. They have done the doggone work, y'all, over the last year to not just keep this community together, but to make this house a home. Our silent auction will remain open for one more hour. We truly would appreciate any bidding, shopping, loving that you have left in you. Thank you so much for being a part of our very special evening, celebrating this mission that Tom Owens set flight to 30 years ago. And stay with us for just one more minute. We've got a beautiful message curated just for you. We really hope you enjoy it. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart, and make it a great night.